he thought about how God created everything, all the animals, birds, the sun, the stars, and everything that he made, he said it was good. Until he made people, and then he said, it's very good. Oh, sorry, Gordon, I have to go and get something. Could you just tell me what we're doing this morning? But these are for later. Don't touch them, okay? They're for later, they're for after church.
Right.
Will you just tell me
Right, okay. So, oh, I thought you'd be better prepared than this, Janice. Never mind. See, I didn't have to do that last week when I did kids' church. Anyway, I think we're going to have another video, and yeah, I think there's video. Oh, these look lovely. Anyway, there's going to be a video, and I'm going to do a song, and I have picked a song, so it's one of my favorite. Did you say they all have to stay for after church? Well, apart from this one. If you do kids' church, you must get like one sweet, wouldn't mind. I'm not breathing. Oh, Denzel, would you like a sweet? Kina, would you like a sweet? No, just look, forget what Janice said. Look, there's plenty there. Do you want one? Okay. Okay, because you won't mind, there's loads of it. Just let this go after church. Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, right, anyway, we're going to do the video, and we're going to do a song, and
something's going on here. I left it in that box.
oh, we were
What's in your mouth? Nothing to say. I think you've eaten my sweets. And I think you were giving them to other people as well. Can you not follow instructions? Can you not do what you're told?
I'm sorry.
Get over that. Do you know, sometimes in life we have to follow instructions. And instructions are there for a reason. And like if you were playing a game has instructions to tell you how to play it. And if you decided just to do your own thing, it wouldn't be much fun. Because you wouldn't be playing it according to the instructions or according to the rules. And when you go to school, you have to do what your teachers tell you. And even though you might not always understand why they tell you to do something, your teacher knows why they told you to do that. At home, you're meant to do what your mum and dad tell you, and there's a very good reason for that. And you know, I know somebody here who's recently just passed their driving test, and if they didn't follow the rules for the road, if none of us followed the rules on the road, it would be mayhem. There'd be accidents all over the show. So sometimes you see it's very important to follow the rules. And God has given us some rules. But let's watch a video and see what happened just after creation. The people were here, God said it was very good. Let's see what happened next.
So part of that story is about the first time people stopped trusting God. It's called the fall, because it's all about how we fell away from God. It begins like this. When God was done creating a perfect world, the first two humans, Adam and Eve, got to live as a family in a beautiful place called the Garden of Eden. They explored wherever they wanted and took walks with God. And God took care of them like a loving father. The Garden of Eden was a perfect home. In fact, Adam and Eve were so free, they didn't even wear clothes. God wanted everybody to be this free, with no shame or embarrassment. Imagine no death, no secrets, no fighting, no fear, no pain, no loneliness, no anger, no bullies, no sadness, no hunger, no getting left out, no crime, nothing bad, ever. This is God's dream for all of us. But part of being free means we get choices. And the first bad choice happened in the Garden of Eden. See, God gave Adam and Eve one rule. Do not eat fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. God knew if Adam and Eve ate this fruit, they would think they knew everything good and didn't need God anymore. They would stop asking God to take care of them, and they would know about evil, which means they would hurt each other. Sickness would come. They would get old, and eventually die. God didn't want any of that to happen, so He told them not to eat the fruit. Now, you might be wondering why God would even make a tree like that in the first place. Why give Adam and Eve a chance to know how to ruin the perfect world? But remember how being free means we get to make choices? God wants us to choose to obey because we love Him, not because we have to. And for a while, Adam and Eve chose to trust God and obey Him. After all, it was perfect in the garden. But one day, an evil serpent decided he wanted to separate Adam and Eve from God. So he came up with a plan to make Eve think God didn't love her. He said, "Does God really love you? If He does, why wouldn't He let you eat this juicy, delicious fruit?" Eve told the serpent what God had told Adam. If they ate the fruit, they would die. The snake told Eve that God was lying. The fruit would only make her smart. Being smart sounded great. So Eve bit into the fruit. It tasted so good, she gave some to Adam. He ate it too. Well, they didn't drop dead on the spot, but things started to change. First, they realized they were naked and felt embarrassed. Before eating the fruit, they only felt happy. Then they heard God coming and ran away. They had never run away from God before. God knew what happened, but He still asked Adam, "Did you eat the fruit I asked you not to eat?" Adam said, "He made me do it." Eve didn't like being blamed. She said, "The serpent made me do it." Really, they had both made a choice to disobey God. God was so sad they chose not to trust Him. They had to move away from the beautiful garden. Worse, pain and sadness and death came into the world. It was no longer perfect. This could have been a horrible end to a really sad story. But guess what? It's not. God loved Adam and Eve, and us, so much that He planned a great rescue. Many years later, a rescuer would take the punishment for every bad choice ever made. And because of this rescue, God would one day make the world a perfect home for us again. And that's the story of the fall. So in case you missed it, here's a quick version. God made a perfect world. There was one rule. The serpent tricked Eve. He made her doubt God's love. So Eve broke the rule. Adam broke it too. All the wrong things in the world started. But that's not the end. God really did love them, and all of us. So He began a great rescue plan. And that's a part of God's story.
So we were talking about rules. At the very beginning, there was one rule. Only one rule. And then Adam and Eve decided to break that rule. And that was the very first sin. And you know, back then there only was one rule, but because of that sin, now there's hundreds of rules. There's rules everywhere. Because if you think about it, back then things were perfect. There was no pain, there was no suffering, so there wouldn't have been any car crashes or nothing like that. So we didn't need to have rules for anything like that. But because of that one sin, now we have lots of rules in the world. But the person that you really need to follow is God. You need to follow God's rules. Because we've heard in kids' church before that God only wants the best for us. So while we might not always understand God's rules, maybe Eve didn't quite understand, I don't know, but she certainly was tricked into taking that fruit when she really knew that God had said no. But that's a lesson for us to learn. Even though we don't maybe understand, we know that God only wants the best for us. So the rules, the instructions that He has left for us, they're for our own good. Now, we're going to sing. We're going to sing He Made the Stars. I know we did it a couple of weeks ago, but it's all about how He made everything, but He also, because men let Him down, men sinned, then He had to create this rescue plan, and He did. He came and died for us. So, are you going to come up and do the actions? Let everybody see you doing them? Well, you can copy there. Come on, you did it.
And I'll be quick to see who else is doing Pick These Stars.
It's not really because the lights in your eyes there.
Keep it might be small enough to fit up.